Because every comedy classic needs their own Blues Brothers 2000. Whew. So, the Jesus Rolls. This is the spinoff of The Big Lebowski. And this movie doesn't have anything to do with the Coen brothers. Not only is this starring John Turturro as his character Jesus Quintana from The Big Lebowski, but he also writes and directs the movie as well. And it's not just a spin-off of that other movie, but it is also a remake of the 1974 French sex comedy Going Places, which is random. That's like, I've got it. We're gonna do a spin-off of Animal House with D-Day. It's gonna be a remake of Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. That sums up a lot here, which is random. That's kind of the key word. The key word of this. The movie, it takes place in present time. The Jesus gets out of jail. Not really for being a pederast, like they mentioned in the first one. They retconned that 5 minutes into this movie. So he gets out of jail. He hooks up with his buddy, Bobby Cannavale, and also Audrey Tautou as well. And the three of them go on this road trip, sort of, or just kind of driving around and stopping at places to get into wild sex shenanigans. This movie doesn't work. It's not even that I'm expecting this to really have the same humor and tone of The Big Lebowski. Because, I mean, it's a spin-off. It's certainly trying to do its own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing about it. It just feels so long. And if you take out the ending credits, it's only 75 minutes long, and it feels like it is driving at 10 miles an hour. This whole thing comes across like it should just simply be a fake trailer, a parody trailer for a spin-off of The Big Lebowski featuring the Jesus character. But it's a full-length movie, and this character was very memorable in his 5 minutes in The Big Lebowski. He's great in that film, and it's not that the character is entirely different here. He still has the same delivery, and a lot of those memorable lines that he has in The Big Lebowski, he repeats in this film. So, and he certainly acts with the same physicality as well. But you're sitting there watching it just thinking, why? Why is this existing? Why am I watching it? And also that this character that works so well in about 5 minutes of the other movie, you learn quick why this character doesn't work as the main character in a full-length film. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest, 60% of the time, this character was hard to understand. It was hard to make out what a lot of his lines were, what a lot of the jokes were. And it didn't help either that much of the delivery was monotone and even in kind of the same tone throughout it, which again works when it's a very small part, small and again memorable part in another movie. But stretched out to this, it doesn't work. And they try surrounding the character with a pretty large cast. Christopher Walken is in the beginning of this movie. John Hamm shows up. Pete Davidson is in this movie. The one part of the movie where it did start working was for about 10 minutes when Susan Sarandon shows up as a woman who has been in jail for a long time and just gets out of prison, and she and our lead characters spend some time together, whether it's, rolling around and having a threesome in a hotel room or just simply going out for a very nice dinner. She definitely was the standout in this. She had lines that worked. Her delivery worked. You had empathy for her character. But that was only about 10 minutes of this movie. This was a wildly unnecessary movie. And the Coens have said for years that they never ever wanted to do a sequel to The Big Lebowski, but they gave Turturro permission to do this movie because I think a lot of the character's personality Turturro did come up with himself a little bit, I think, in the first movie. And with this coming out and really not being very good at all, it's like, oh yeah, even in like spin-off form, that first one really should have been left alone, because I love that first movie. I do. And this just does not work. If the Big Lebowski is Cheers, this is the Tortellis. That's basically what we're looking at here in terms of comparing it to TV spinoffs. All right, so give us a subscribe and click the notification bell at youtube.com/Stone Gremlin Productions so you know when we got new videos popping up. Also, when we live stream as well. Follow us on Twitter at The Cinema Snob and contribute to us over on Patreon at patreon.com/The Cinema Snob. See you next time.